Part 8 of the blind walkthrough. First things first, Water Gym, I had a Sceptile and a really powerful electric Pokemon and a couple other backups, so dead. Really easy. But I can't say enough about this game's presentation when it comes to the story of what the the legendary Pokemon is and how it ties into the bad guy teams and all their characters and all that stuff. It is good. It's cool to see the villain figure out that what they were doing was wrong and that it wasn't expected. It was cool to see its underling reach that idea first. It was cool to see Steven be a bigger part of the story and always trying to fix things. I'm never quite saying he's champion, but always trying to fix things. It was cool to see your buddy talk about how they're proud of you and that you're really far ahead of them and stuff like that. It was a very nice presentation when it came to that. There was like videos of the Pokemon Primal evolving or whatever the hell it's called. There were videos of you going in there. It seemed like a big event. It was pretty cool. But it is just building up to me eventually using a Master Ball and just catching this stupid thing. So it's kind of be like, all this build up, and I really could have at the start just gone, whoosh, gotcha. I didn't do that. I went in with the Gyarados thinking that would be a good counter to him, or able to sort of, anyway, it was a good counter to him. He ended up having 2 ground moves which don't affect Gyarados. The Sleeping Rest, which kind of sucked to deal with, and Lava Plume, obviously Gyarados resisted. One thing I did not expect was Groudon's ability to not get affected by water at all. So I was sitting there like, okay, water move doesn't work. What else do I have under the ice move? Isn't, I guess it would work a little bit, but I just ended up crunching him down. And I threw some Ultra Balls. It didn't do jack, so I eventually used the Master Ball just to catch him anyway. Honestly, the Groudon thing isn't quite as cool as some of the Mega Pokemon because he doesn't look that different. It does give him the different typing, but it doesn't quite look that different. Now, on the topic of Mega Pokemon, holy crap, I started picking up stones all over the place, and suddenly it was like, well, I can get a Banette, I may as well get a Banette, or I can get a Glalie, I may as well do it, or I had an Aggron, I didn't even realize I had an Aggron stone, so I've been trying out a bunch of different Mega Evolutions. One of the first new ones I guess I could talk about is, the Banette, the Mega Banette. That thing looks awesome. I don't think I talked about this in the last video, but that thing looks freaking awesome. Is it that useful? I can understand competitive play why you wouldn't do that if you can only Mega Evolve one Pokemon. Probably not going to be a Banette. It does have the cool prankster thing where it can burn people fast, but it just seems to me that there's only so many things that Banette is going to do. And I trained it a bit and played around with it, and there were definitely some Pokemon I came across in the game that I had trouble with even, so it just looks awesome though, so it just absolutely looks, it's one of the coolest Pokemon designs I've probably ever seen out of anything was the Mega Banette. It just looks sweet, the crazy deranged mutating puppet thing. It's awesome. Aggron, I've always been a fan of, so imagine my surprise when I Mega Evolved Aggron for the first time, and it turned into, basically what I do when I Mega Evolve is make sure that they're not passing out or anything, so I could check their stats in battle, and holy crap, like, wow, you just nickname it Tank, because that's basically what it looks like. I was just looking at the stats, I didn't even realize it was only Steel type until I looked at the Pokedex. It was like, oh man, it's only Steel type, so it's not 4 times weak to ground anymore. It's not 4 times weak to fighting anymore. And that's awesome. And with the filter thing to kind of reduce super effective attacks. Yeah, like, I remember one of the reasons I wanted this game is because I saw a video with all those Mega Evolutions. And yeah, I'm a mark for them. That definitely, yeah, that's cool. The Mega Aggron just looks like a tank. Just a badass, hard-hitting tank. Holy crap. That was cool. And it looks cool, too. It looks like freaking Shredder in a Triceratops all at the same time. What was the other one I wanted to talk about? Heracross. I didn't even. I guess I forgot that Heracross had a Mega Evolution, and yeah, there it is. Nothing much to say about that one. It's just got Mega Evolutions all over the place. Glalie has a Mega Evolution, and it looks pretty badass. Just kind of a slightly upgraded version of the Glalie, I would think, when it comes to like stats and stuff like that. But it certainly looks cool. I'm trying to think if there's any other Mega Evolution I've been playing around with that was sweet. I fought Maxie's camera up like I knew he was going to have a Mega Evolution of that and killed that quickly because if my Gyarados could handle the Groudon, I think it's going to handle a Camerupt. I think it was like a one-hit dead sort of situation. There's so many things in this game I want to train. Like I want to train a Carvana, I want to train a Alakazam. Well, actually, I probably should train an Alakazam because I'd have to trade it. And who do I know that has this game? But one last thing I wanted to say because the video is going long. I started exploring a little bit. They gave you this thing that was like basically. It was like, yeah, you can call Latios from anywhere. I was like, so basically it's a free fly, which is awesome because I'm sick of having all these like HM slaves running around. This is the only game where you need like 2 HM slaves. It's crazy. I had one just to get around the main game. And I started a Wailmer just to get down to the stupid. Like, cause I was in the cavern and I was like, oh, I guess you needed dive and surf and strength and this other thing. So I guess I'm training this. But anyway, so you get the Latios and you're like flying around like. Going to all these places, and the professor gives you an expanded Pokedex before you fight the Elite Four. Now, I haven't been looking around and finding all the Pokemon yet. I found a Munna, and on this one island that was on the map, I was really surprised I could go to. Picked up a Munna and a Ditto there, which I guess dovetailing off that sentence. I went to the island with like the freaking door into nothingness, which was cool. I did not expect that to be a legendary. I'm suspicious of the fact that I've only played it one night. I have no idea if this is true. I'm just guessing. Maybe I look like an idiot for guessing this, but it seemed to be like a door into nothingness, right? So I'm guessing that like maybe every day of the week that door produces like a different legendary Pokemon once, because it'd be really weird to just have like, oh, here's a door into nothingness. You get a Terrakion. Like, I don't understand if it was a Darkrai or like a Giratina or something, but a Terrakion doesn't seem to make sense with that thing. So I bet I'm going to turn on that 3DS behind me and go play that, and it's going to be a new legendary, right? They wouldn't just. I'm going to find out. I will tell you if I was an idiot in the next video. But anyway, having so many Pokemon available from the National Pokedex, and I don't know if there are that many. That was a bad thing to give me right before the Elite Four, because now I'm looking at this going like, oh god, there's so many choices. Because this is one of those games where you can like quickly train things and stat train them and all this other stuff. So I'm like, what do? Do I go into it with only 3rd generation Pokemon? Do I go into it with the weirdest mix of anything ever? Like, finding a Munna in a 3rd generation game, even a remake, was weird. Because, God, the 5th generation was weird when it comes to some of this Pokemon design. Just think about all, like, the amniotic or like, embryonic, like, Pokemon-looking things there are. There's a lot of weird pink blobs in that generation. But this video is long, and it's very hard to edit this thing on the phone. So, I will come back with a video of my finalized team, but that might be a while because I will have to choose from a lot of Pokemon.